Hi, it's Adam with WebStarts.com. In this short video, I'm going to share with you 10 skills that will help you quickly and easily create a better looking website. Before we get into the video, I want to invite you to tap the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll be the first to find out when I release a new video on web design, internet marketing, and search engine optimization. To follow along with this video, you're going to need a WebStarts account. Go to WebStarts.com, click on Get Started, it's free. And the next step, choose a template for your website, online store, or blog, whatever you're building, and then enter in all the other information you need at sign up, like your email address and selecting a password. Once you've done that, log into your account. Just click log in, enter the email and password. And when you log in, you'll be in the dashboard view. But for this video, we'll be working in the page editor. So click on Edit Site, and your home page will be opened up in the WebStarts page editor. Design elements, which are any of these things that appear on your page, can be dragged and dropped wherever you would like. To place them using WebStarts, using your mouse. So the first skill I'm going to be talking about is the case where you'd like to nudge an element 1 pixel at a time. And to do that, click to select it and then use the arrow keys on the keyboard, and you can move a design element 1 pixel at a time. You can move that same element 10 pixels at a time using the arrow keys on your keyboard by holding down the Shift key while doing it. The next design skill I'm going to be covering is guidelines. When I'm dragging design elements around my page, you can see those little pink lines. Those are trying to pick up on other design elements that I may want to align with. Alignment is critical to creating a good looking design. So those guidelines help you decide what to align with and where. You can disable them by going view and then unchecking guidelines or snap to grid if you don't want to use those features. The third design skill I'm going to be talking about is duplication. Obviously, there are times where you've created a look and you want to quickly and easily duplicate an element. Select it, click on Duplicate Element, and you'll be able to quickly and easily duplicate that element. Let's talk about the next design skill, which is holding down the Shift key and then dragging an element in a specific direction. So if, for example, I want to drag this icon up the page, and I'm afraid that I'm going to veer a little bit to the left or the right, I can start to drag it up and then hold the Shift key, and what that will do is lock it in a straight line. I can use that same feature to drag elements horizontally. So once I start dragging something horizontally and holding down the Shift key, it'll lock it, so I'm moving it in a straight line. All right, the next design skill I want to talk about is adjusting the size of an element by pixel. You can do that by selecting an element, in this case, once again, using the icon. I click Settings, and then I can adjust the height and width of an element just by entering the exact pixel value and clicking Apply. You can see that the change was applied there. So if I wanted those other icons to be the same size, I could select them, go to Settings, and then I would enter in the same pixel value that I used for that other icon, and then just using the alignment tool, I can go through and align all these and make them the same. I'm going to do it with this last one right here. Apply, and there you can see that I've used the Resize by Pixel option to do that. Another thing that you can do is you can group elements together. That gives you the ability to move them all at once. In this example, I'm going to be attaching these images and this text down here, and you can see when I drag it, it attaches to the background, and that background is called a strip. You can add a strip just by clicking Add and then choosing Shapes, choosing a box, and then expanding it into a strip. That's how you would do that. And once you've attached those elements to a strip, they can all be dragged at the same time together. So that's one way that you can group and move elements all at once. The other way is just to select the elements you want to move by holding down the Shift key while you're selecting them. And that will allow you to select whatever elements that you want at the same time. All right, let's talk about coordinates. As I'm dragging an element around the page, there's a little tab up here in this blue right about here when I select this element that says X and Y. Y coordinates mean where an element is vertically positioned on a page, and X is where it's horizontally positioned on a page. By paying attention to those exact coordinates, it will help you know how to space elements between each other. So for example, let's say I'm up here at this divider and it says that that's the 1228 mark, and I want it to be 20 pixels or 30 pixels down. I would go to 1258. So I just drag that right to that spot. And then I know that that one's placed at 1258, so I can drag these other elements to that same location. It helps you create that exact spacing that you're looking for. All right, let's talk about the next thing, which is creating space on a page using smart handles. This is a super important skill because there are times where you want to add some content to your page, but you don't want to mess up your whole design, moving things around one at a time. So let's say, for example, you want to move all of these icons and the information below them down the page so you can create a little bit of space to put some new content in here. The way I like to do it is use a divider. I just make that divider as wide as the content on my page, and then I use the attached smart handle right here and push it all down the page. And that gives me a bunch of space where I can then come back in and add new design elements. If I want to shore that back up, I can just use that same handle to raise it back up. Now, these smart handles appear on every element. So if I select this icon, I can push everything below it down the page with that smart handle, or I can expand this design element while pushing down the page if I use the bottom smart handle. Once you have all of your elements and designs the way that you want, you've created the perfect page layout, you may want to use that over and over again, then just swap out the content. That's a very efficient way to create a website. To do that, and that's our 10th skill, by the way, all you're going to do is create a new page and just create a copy of that page. So I'm going to create a copy of the home page. I select copy instead of blank page up here in the top. I select the page I want to copy, which is the home page. I'm going to call it products, and then I'm just going to create a copy of that page. Okay, page editor is loaded up. Now I want to go ahead and just edit the content of that page so I can change, for example, the headline if I don't want it to be the same as on the home page. So I'm calling this one products, and then if you want to swap out, let's say, for example, that background image, you could do that as well. Just gonna try to get a random office scene to swap with out of the image library that we offer. So you can see that I kept all the layout the same, but I just swapped out some of the content, and I can keep swapping that out. And that's the 10th and final design skill to help you create a better looking website. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to go to WebStarts.com, sign up, create an account, create a free website, online store, blog, subscribe to this video, and I'll see you next time.